I'd like to share my Valentimes, and I'd say that with an M, book, journal, that I made for the Line Dot Arrow Facebook group. Natalie, instead of calling it Valentimes, she's using the Valentimes lettering, the hashtag LDA Valentimes Challenge. And the initial challenge was to make a tag book, which I did make that, and I did share that, and I'll pull it out of the journal here then to show you where I've been stashing it. And I did put a video yesterday to show how I made the dangles for this journal. I wasn't going to do anything for Valentine's Day, but I was enjoying Natalie's digitals, and I will say that these digitals, I didn't use any from her kit. You can purchase her kit. It's a beautiful kit, and make lots of Valentine cards and tags and just things to give to people for Valentine's, or just to put in your journal. But this is what I'm making, and I made it from her digitals that she had on her Ko-fi. That is the tags, not tags, I'm sorry, the dangles I made. This is one of her free pages. I absolutely loved it. It was a butterfly across the two pages. I have covered up the butterfly on this side. Then I printed another one and cut it out. Now this is the tag book that's in here, and I put this is a mason jar, a wood mason jar that I had, that I got at the Dollar Tree. And this is one of Natalie's images here. Anyway, you can swing it over and pull it out. And like I said, I had shared this before, so I won't go into show too much of that right now. Then the butterfly opens up, and in here I have a quote from Helen Keller. The best and most beautiful things in the world cannot be seen or even touched. They must be felt with the heart, by Helen Keller. This then is a pocket that I made. Actually, I had envelopes this color, and I cut it in half, and I used half as a pocket on the front and half as a pocket in the back and the inside. You can see the other butterfly wing here. This is a piece of lace that I've had, and this is actually one of the digitals that I created from a photo that I had taken of roses in my yard. This is the inside pocket. This was some papers that I had in my stash. Did stitching around this. This is a card that I suppose you could say it's vintage now. I actually made this back in the 1970s, and it was featured in a magazine, actually, My Technique. And the technique is used a lot today. You use freezer paper to iron. I ironed the fabric onto the freezer paper, and then I did mount another piece of paper on here. You can, I like to put vellum in here with a message on it. Anyway, it's layers of fabric and ribbon, and this was an envelope that I just, I did ink the edges to give it more of a look. I stenciled the hearts inside here. This is Natalie's paper. I backed it with some line papers for journaling. This is just some tea dyed paper. Natalie's butterfly here. This is one of her envelopes, and I've paper clipped that in there and put one of her digitals inside. This is another one of her papers. This is a belly band. And then in here, this is one of her digitals that could be used for a journaling card. I thought it was really pretty. This paper is a coffee or tea stained watercolor paper, and I did this drawing on here and painted it. This is actually a cardstock heart, and that I went around with the black ink. This is not from Natalie's kit. This is actually from a gal, G. Kerr. She has, her group is Happiness in Crafting, and every Friday she gives away a free digital. I need to find a pretty ribbon to put in here, but I made a little piece of vellum with some Dollar Tree trim on there. But this was a digital she gave away last Friday, and I thought it was gorgeous, and it was perfect to put in here. Then on this side I did some painting again. I drew some flowers. I draw doodle flowers is what I really refer to them as. This is, I put this in with, I didn't sew the binding in. It's not a sewn binding, it's an elastic binding, so it can move around. You can take the pages out to journal on, or remove or add pages. This is one of Natalie's digitals. It's a French canning jar from one of her sets. Another piece of coffee dyed paper. This is a digital that I created with, I printed it out on vellum. It is actually papers that I stained with coffee and rose petals, and then I took one of my photographs of roses and photoshopped it onto this paper for design. And here's more of the design on this side, and of course I love it. Another one of Natalie's French canning jars. Very tricky to cut this out, but I did. One of her tags. This is one of Natalie's frames, and the picture in here is one of my digitals one of my photographs. It's a ranunculus flower, I believe that's how you say it, and I pulled it into Photoshop, and I used filters and stamps on it, and I made a digital and printed it out and put it in here behind. This is a piece of envelope, a window from an envelope. I have to get myself some, I can't think what it's called right now, but the papers that we can make windows with. This is another one of Natalie's envelopes, and one of her digitals that I made a journaling card with. Again, another page with my doodle flowers on the watercolor paper. On this side, I just glued some of Natalie's ephemera pieces, and then added ephemera pieces to the top. This, again, is Natalie's frame with one of my digital makes that I made many years ago, and this is one of Natalie's tags. And here's the last page, which has in the back, there's an envelope that I made many, many years ago. Again, this was using tissue paper that I wrinkled up, then smoothed out, and ironed it onto freezer wrap and created an envelope with it. This is one of Natalie's pieces again, and that's a journaling card. And then this last piece, well, this is one of Natalie's pieces here on the pocket that I made with an envelope, and this is some decorative paper that I had. And then that's the back. This tag is a tag that I created with my digitals, digitals that I've created, and I am going to put this page on my Ko-fi shop, and give it away free. I love getting free things, so I want to give some free things back, and so I will put the link to my Ko-fi at the bottom of this video, and if you'd like, you go there and you just put 0 in the area where you put a tip or donation when you buy someone a coffee, or tip them, however it's worded. You could put 0 in there, or if you would like, you could leave me a tip for it. And I hope that you print it out and make a tag with it, and then please share the tag with me so I can see what you've done. And there's also the page, my rose page, is in the Ko-fi as well, so you could get that while you're in there too, and you could journal on the back of this. Anyway, I've loved doing this. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you give me a like and leave me a comment, and we'll see you again. Bye.